Hi, my name is Sarah Short, and I am a second grade teacher at Veterans Memorial School in Reno, Nevada. I have been at this school for 15 years, and I've been a teacher for 20 years.
I am Christine Coe, and I'm a first grade teacher at Veterans, and I've been teaching for 26 years, 13 years in Carson City and 13 years here at Veterans. Right.
Yeah, wow. I would say that my definition has totally evolved from the start to the end. Because originally I was really fearful of arts integration because I thought it was going to be a lot of drawing, a lot of sketching, and very time consuming. And I'm not really good at drawing at all. But I found that arts integration is something that is easily embedded into everyday activities, and that it can be well planned, or it can just pop up and you can say, this is a perfect time for us to do this. I also found that it's integrated throughout the day with just a small amount of creativity, and once the children get used to it, they'll be like, they give you ideas like, hey, Mrs. Short, we could do this right now to show how we know that. So it's totally exciting, and it makes your day more interesting.
And it can go on in any area. That's what I found. I thought that maybe I would just be able to embed things in like writing or reading, but I found myself being able to do things in art. And the kids they do have a lot of ideas. The more things that we try, they will suggest things that I hadn't thought of. And the thing that I most liked about art integration was I felt like, because I've been an art phobic person, because I don't feel like I'm strong with visual arts. I've never hit those kids that are strong in that with their learning style, and I felt like this year I got my kids doing more music and dancing and theater than I've ever done before, and I felt like I hit a lot more learning modalities this year than I've ever done before. So, there you go.
I'm going to say that, yeah, that it definitely, because you could see their different strengths. So you're like your high achieving, what you're used to, that paper, pencil, good reader, smart math student. I noticed that they would sometimes struggle with having the acting piece or doing the art piece of it, or the human clay, mirroring, where some of the kids that maybe weren't as paper pencil type learners, that you could really see them come out and shine, and it helped them become better paper pencil people, which unfortunately is how we test people. But you could see that it gave them the confidence that I do know this, I can show you that I know this, I do understand this, which eventually started transferring to their paper pencil work. So
yeah, and just to build on that, I noticed the opposite. The kids that were like the kids that didn't want to do dance in my room or didn't want to do theatrical things. Once we had done it, they were the kids that really came out of their shell. So I saw a lot of growth, really more like arty wise than contributed to, and it contributed to their academics too, but I saw a lot more their personality emerge that had been kind of buried once it got introduced in our classroom. Okay. I think for me it's a lot more natural now that I've been introduced during the arts integration to so many different things, like Sarah mentioned, mirroring and human clay, and there's so many things that when I do write lessons plans now, I end up thinking, oh, maybe we should try this. I know that I'm super conscious about trying to put 1 or 2 in a week, and before it was just all academic planning, but now I'm super conscious about trying to embed some art in there. So I'm excited about next year.
I'm excited about next year too, because you still have that routine which children need, so you do reading at a certain time, math at a certain time, but you're not doing it the same 2 or 3 ways. You're just, every day you can do something different with it, which I think makes them more engaged in the reading. They're more excited to sit down in their small group reading. They're more excited to do math. Even like our mindfulness, you can bring so much of the theatrical and the mirroring and the breathing into that I don't even know how to describe it. It's so wonderful that it's made me more excited about teaching again, where I feel like, oh, we're doing this today, so that'll be really something to get the kids pumped up about what we're doing.
And it'll be interesting for Sarah's grade level next year, especially because the first graders that are going into second will have had it this year. So they'll be going in with that background of having arts integration for a year, so it'll be interesting to see how much more they can bring to the table than
for a teacher's perspective too, I think that I am not afraid of art like I used to be. I'm not afraid to be sillier with the kids, or because sometimes, you know, as a teacher, you're afraid, well, if we get too out of control, I'll never be able to rein them back in. We'll never get anything done. But because we do those kind of things so often, we can get out of our seats and act something out, or act silly, or mirror, and come right back and use it in another way. So it's exciting. I mean, it's like, an example is like, we were walking down the hall the other day, and instead of walking down the hall and saying, put a bubble in your mouth, I said, okay, we're pollinators, so we're going to pollinate the hallway, and we know pollinators don't speak, they only have movement. So they're like pollinating down the hallway, and everyone's happy because we're not loud.
And they're participating.
And they're thinking, and it's those kind of things that it makes it more fun.
And I think for me, teaching has been a little bit of the fun has been sucked out because we're so data driven and everything by the state and the federal laws. And I think this allowing more creativity in our room has made it more fun to teach. So at the end of the year, I'm usually not even excited for next year, but it's a little more exciting because I know that I'll be able to put some more fun into my lessons, and having the coaching support too super helps. So yeah.
I just went to 2 of our 3rd grade teachers and had lunch with them because they were nervous about art integration, and one of them was like, I don't sing, I don't dance, and I'm like, okay. So I went and had lunch with them to talk to them about all the fun things that you do, and not to be afraid of it, that there's a story circle, and you don't have to, you know, you can chant, you don't have to sing. And by the time they left, I left, they were both like, hey, this is going to be great because it's adding something new. So what I would say is just be really open-minded about it, and embrace the new ideas, and don't be afraid to try them, because some of them will work for you and some of them won't.
I totally agree with that. Those were my 2 words I was thinking, is just be open, because I am not arty in any type of way, and I've always admired people that are, and that was my big block when we started was, oh, I'm not going to be able to do this, I'm not going to be able to teach it. But once I tried it, even if I was horrible at it, I had 2 or 3 kids that were awesome at it and could model for the class, or having Elizabeth come in and coach me. Those were my 2 words that came to my mind too, is just be open to it.
I just think that it goes back to when I first started teaching Gardner, and all the different learning styles is the big push. And then because of testing and No Child Left Behind and Common Core, we left all that behind, and we're leaving learners behind when we do that. And this way we're bringing those people back in to see that they are successful, that they do have talents, and their strengths are worthy. Or before, I think we were saying, well, sorry, but you know, you did that math problem wrong. Now we're saying, look, but you can show me that math problem with your body.
And it doesn't depend on the school socioeconomic status or population or anything. The kids are so malleable with art and so willing to try and put themselves out there that I think any school, any grade level, it's awesome for. And it just gives us so many more ways to hit our kids that, yeah, I appreciate it immensely.
Me too, and I hope that it grows, because I don't want our children, like our 1st and 2nd graders that had it this year, I don't want them to go up, you know, through grade here, and then when they go to middle school, all of that creativity that's inside of them gets dropped, and that's not how they're able to express their learning. Yes, fund arts integration, because it is really, really great, and I think that if more people experience it, I just think it'll make the world and the school a happier place.
Right. Well put. Good job.